Our guests come here to place their greatest fears, their most terrifying anxieties, into the Room 101 vault. Joining me tonight is the darling of Gosford, an accomplished comedian, a wonderful actor, and a damn fine chick. Please welcome Lady J, Julia Morris. Julia Morris.
Oh, beautiful. How are you?
I'm good. You want to join me and sit
I'd be
down?
delighted.
Okay.
Do I need a modesty board? That's quite a high split. I thought they would try and pull it over that side, so you'll get a bit of awkwardness up that side, but this side, everyone will be delighted. It's not putting you off, is it?
No, it's fine.
No,
I'm natural like this at the start of an interview. Are you ready to start?
I've got no idea what day it is, like as if I should be asked.
Oh, okay, I'll just get into it then.
Do you want it?
Yeah, okay. It's a curious one, this one. Okay, I've got something special for you. This is, it's a furnace in there. Lady Julia.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. This is for you. Have a little bit of that and it might make sense as to what we're talking about.
Britney Spears.
Okay.
Britney Spears came out to Australia in 2009 and did a concert with a circus theme.
Yeah.
Well, I'd been so excited about it. I'd finally got Britney Spears tickets. I'd bought them myself, which is unheard of in the showbiz industry for a celebrity to actually buy a ticket. That's factual. And I'm not convinced that it wasn't somebody in a zip-up Britney Spears suit. It was like they had it like in a Zimmer walking frame and they just moved her from location to location as she missed words and she missed songs. And I know that she hadn't been well, but I just think it was like a cash-in situation before she imploded. That's how it kind of felt.
Can we have a bit of a look? The theme of the show was circus?
Yeah.
Let's look at that. In that photo, she sounds great.
And also, Pink had come out and done a big circus tour, the Funhouse, a year before. So I'd obviously been spoilt for circus themes.
Yeah.
And then this lazy dish-up, I felt disrespected by Britney. I did.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
Don't be like that. But she did this dancing that wasn't even dancing, it was skipping. It was skipping like she was meant to do all the, all those ones, right? But it was like she turned up and she just kept doing that one. I'm like, what is it? She did. And she was not dealing with two stylish splits like that. She was in a pair of shorts that knew no bounds.
It could have just been the angle, but I found that quite fetching.
Did you?
But to be fair to Britney, everyone has a bad gig every now and then.
I had one night in London where a girlfriend of mine said, can we meet for a drink beforehand? And I am not a great drinker. And so when she said, let's have a toffee teeny...
No, I don't even know what a toffee teeny is.
Neither did I.
Okay.
So it's like a martini, which I didn't know is all booze, and then like this tiny little whisper of toffee-flavoured booze. And we had one of those, went down super quickly because it just tasted like caramel fudge. I had 4 toffee teenies.
I'm judging from the way they're reacting, that's a good whack of coffee teeny, yeah?
Yeah. I get round to the gig. I just assumed that I was amazing as usual. And apparently, I got on the stage and it was a tough crowd. It was one of those nights where you're like, I can't even find where you're up to. And I got off the stage and I'm like, wow, that was pretty tough tonight. And someone said, no, you just did the same material 4 times.
Oh, my God. Lady Julia, look, I think everyone has a bad gig every so often. And when they rise triumphant, isn't it a wonder for all of us to enjoy that moment when they're resplendent again?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't throw Britney Spears and her circus tour into Room 101.
Can't you just put the concert
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. What I do have instead are 2 tickets to Britney's new show in Las Vegas at the casino.
You do not.
That's for you.
Oh, do I have to go?
I want you to find that that feeling that you went to that circus gig with. You can recover that feeling. You can save Brittany and that tour from room 101.
Yeah, I'm going to try and give myself permission to shine.
Okay. All right, your next pet peeve is this. Is this really what it's about? Or is it more like that? So this is about road manners. It's about people being impolite, is it, on the road?
Yes, indeed. I make a very, very special effort to slow down and let people in, or if someone's coming out from a street, I think, you know what, it's so hard getting out of there. I know how that feels. I'm going to let you in. And then I don't know whether I need a round of applause or what I need, but...
Oh, a round of applause.
No, I don't. But if someone doesn't say thank you, and it may very well be the perimenopause coming on, but I get the fist of fury rise up within me where I could easily go to their home and bash them to death. It's not ideal.
You are, according to my notes, the epitome of decency when out motoring.
Yes.
A selfless, hand-waving bastion of caring.
I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Or are you this person?
Or what? Oh, yes.
I tell you what, those are the sort of spectacles you want to be wearing when you get pulled over by the police.
Oh, well, I have been pulled over by the police. One time, I was in the UK for 8 years, right? And we used to be on the road a lot for gigs. As you know, you're here, there and everywhere. And one time there's a lovely comic named Brendan Burns, and he was driving a few of us back from Brighton. We saw an off-ramp that we were meant to take, and so Brendan was kind of indicating to go over, but the car beside us was speeding up and slowing down and not letting us pass. And we came in behind them, oh my God, like more than that. Filthy language, more like, and bad words. Anyway, a little sign comes up in the back of the car that says, "Stop police, follow me." It was an unmarked car. So the policeman comes to the window, and I couldn't help it. I'm like, you were very dangerously driving. You nearly cut us off, and we were trying to get past, and that was very bad. And did you do that to try and stop us? And he said, you're really not helping your cause. And the policeman was very sweet, but very grumpy. And he's like, oh, you guys Australians? Oh, I've got a cousin in Melbourne, and his demeanour kind of changed.
Yeah. I want to come and live there one day because this place is shit.
Absolutely. No, he let us go with a warning. But don't you love warnings? You're like, oh, yeah, I'm never going to do it again.
Well, we're getting a bit of a different image of you now, aren't we?
I know. This is not right. You weren't meant to drag it out of me like that. I want people to be more polite, not be more like me.
I heard you're teaching your kids about road courtesy.
I really try hard when the kids are in the car. We had a situation where I had both girls in the back of our car, and Dan was driving, and God bless his soul, but like oh my God, he's so married to the limit. Do you know what I mean? So you're like, you gotta...
Isn't that the idea of the limit?
Can't you just tickle it up and whisper? All right. Anyway, but he was going slow. Oh, my God, he was going so slowly. So we pulled over to a petrol station, and while he was in getting petrol, I just got into the driver's seat. I thought, I can't bear it. So I'm like, Mummy's driving now. So we are ripping up Maroubra Road, and Dan was saying, hey, baby. And there was a policeman in the middle of the road. He pulls me over, and Dan says, who's the fastest driver, Daddy or Mummy? And both girls in the back going, Mummy! He said, ma'am, even your children know that you need to slow down.
Look, Lady Julia, I'm a bit conflicted here. I believe that I'm going to send bad road manners into the hell of room 101.
I love it.
Okay, but I want you to be a better person on the roads.
I'm going to turn up.
You're really the person that should be going in here with them.
That's all.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, bad road manners.
We're coming back with more of the horrible Julia very shortly. I don't know how I feel about this next one.
What?
I'm a little bit concerned about it. I don't know how they're going to react. You know, the people. I don't know how the people are going to react.
Oh, they're going to be on side.
Do you think so?
Oh,
I might
Lady
have to ask them.
J-Mo.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, can I even do it?
Get it out.
Okay. That's not the first time that's been heard. Okay, we've got a bit of a kicker here.
You're not my mommy. You're not my mommy. You're not my mommy.
How creepy is that?
It is about as creepy as when you hear it live.
What is this one about? What's this personal peeve? What's this hate?
I really dislike other people's children.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear. You don't like other people's children?
I can't stand other people's children.
All children are
really
adorable. Children are lovely. Children are beautiful.
If they're not yours...
They are our future.
Look, I just find other people's children really hard to deal with. Even when they're in the house, like, I'm just like, I try to be polite.
What are they doing in the house?
Well, if they come over for play dates.
Oh, play dates. Okay, I just thought maybe they were wandering in and out and that was annoying.
I find it very difficult when the kids have parties. The last party that we had, one of the kids said, I'm bored. You can't believe how much I've done for it. Like, you work like a slave for these parties. And I don't outsource. I'm not that person. I try to, you know, because you turn up to your own life. Like, I'm trying to be the best mum I can. And then someone goes, oh, I'm bored. You know what I said? No, you're not bored. You're boring.
Yes? Yes. So basically, you're brutally honest with children. Yeah, brutally honest. Do you tell them the truth about other things? Do you tell 5- and 7-year-olds the truth about... Come on, be honest with me.
Earlier this year, I had one of Ruby's friends in the back of the car. I was driving them to hip-hop. And I don't know why I had to win the argument, but they were saying, do you know where hip-hop is? I said, yes, because I know everything. And they're like, no, you don't know everything. I'm like, I think you'll find I know everything. And it was going along very nicely. And Ruby's little friend said, oh, yeah, well, where does God live? So I said, I do not know that. And she said, see, you don't know everything. He lives in Israel. I'm like, I'm not sure that he lives in Israel. And then the other kid goes, see, you don't know everything. And this is where I had to win the argument. I said, no, I don't know whether he lives in Israel. I'm just not sure that there is a God. I know. I'm well aware. So I got home and I said to Dan, can you believe that the kids are being taught at school from someone who's obviously popping in that God lives in Israel? Anyway, blah, 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 blah. And then Dan's like, I'm sorry. Can you just go back to the bit where you told someone else's child that there is no God? So I was beside myself. I thought, oh, my God, I've really done it this time. Big mouth. So the next morning I wait for the mum after drop-off and I said, I'm just not sure that there is a God. The mum goes like this, oh. And then she said to me, do you know what? Well, my husband and I have been trying to tell her for ages that we're not really sure. I dropped to my knees and I'm like, there is a God! There is a God! Someone is looking after me.
You do understand, Julia, that to me, your children are other people's children.
Oh, yeah.
And I would have to hate your children if I pull this lever.
Oh, does it mean they'll go somewhere for a little while? Because I don't mind. Do we get them back later on?
No, that's it. It's over. This thing, though, this...
You're not my mommy. You're not my mommy.
SBS's version of Chucky I can put in to room 101. Are we happy to see SBS's version of Chucky go down into hell?
Yeah.
Let's send the doll to hell for fun. Absolutely shocking. Shocking, shocking, shocking.
No one's going to ever speak to me again after
this show.
No,
God almighty. The cops are going to have a field day with you.
It's the truth from my marrow.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
What does that represent for you?
What it is a massive lump of lard covered in a health and fitness type situation. I wanted to put into room 101 is exercise and everybody who loves it.
Everyone who bangs on about it.
People go on about it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they love it, and, you know, they say, look, it releases, you know, like dolphins or something.
Endorphins.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
My husband even has to hire a personal fitness trainer to come into my house to do and take me out at gunpoint. You know, I say to Dan, look, don't worry about the trainer. I can do it myself. I'll take maybe, by the time I actually get to the day where I'm going to do it, I'll get into the shower and then have to put out the fitness clothing to make sure that I get into the clothing. I then have to go into my computer and I have to make like a playlist, and that can take 3 or 4 hours, and then it's time to pick up the children, and then there's not time to walk. So
Oh, it's hell. Your life's hell. Yeah, do you like the orange idiots, the guys and gals that turn orange? That you would have encountered that in LA.
Is there ever enough self-tanning action? What I do love is the people who really build themselves to go in the competitions. If they bump into me in the street, at first I'd be scared they were going to punch me, but I know they've got no strength because they've been too busy building all that muscle.
Yeah.
They've got no actual strength. Then they don't drink. They don't drink. Oh, well, they don't drink, so already I disrespect them. And then they don't drink. They don't drink water. And so all of their muscles stick to their skin. I'm not joking, that's what it's all about. And then...
How do your muscles stick to your skin?
I'd rather not say, because I don't know a lot of the maths behind it. Because if there's one thing I love, it's a sweeping statement with absolutely unfounded sort of fact.
Good. So you balk at exercise. What's your worst experience then on the treadmill with the trainer out?
Oh, I fell off the treadmill once, like off the back of it. I might have been. But I've had a dry white wine, it's hard to say. I do love a little glass of Riesling before the treadmill, but I think, you know what I did? Hit my teeth.
Where?
I hit my teeth on the back of the treadmill.
On the back, so you went bang?
Bang, out, boom on the teeth.
Perhaps, Julia, let me present you with this thought.
Yes.
Maybe your hatred of those who love exercise stems from the fact that you haven't found a type of exercise that you really enjoy.
That is factual.
Can we have a look at this, please?
Let's do it.
Okay. Now No, we talked about it. The light was meant to be on his face, showing the smiling face. Clearly that fella's having a semi on. That's a white wine, isn't it? Gee, have you ever been that happy at doing exercise?
Not since I had that removed.
Well, Julia Morris, in regards to exercise and people who bang on about it, I'm going to send it down. Are you ready?
Get rid of it.
That's good.
Where it belongs.
We'll be back very shortly to investigate more of the wonderful Lady J. So this is challenging. What does this represent for you? It's your face, I believe. So why would you want to put yourself into room 101? That's what this means, isn't it? Do you want to...
Yes.
Look, I want to throw the switch right now and just don't worry about the... I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we have enough footage already. But just for the sake of debate, let's hear why you want to put yourself into room 101.
I just can't be stopped. On every level, I can't be stopped. Do I have to be so brutally honest about everything? Do you know, it's just mistakes when the Rolodex of my face gets started and I just start to talk about stuff that I haven't even thought about.
Yeah.
Like one night, for example, I was invited to a...
Strap yourself in, we could be here for a while.
I was invited to a film premiere when I was in London, and at the time I was, I had a show on the BBC, which was like a nighttime entertainment show, right? So it was my one night off, and I was going down the red carpet for Tom Cruise's Minority Report. And I was running late.
Very fine film from Tom.
It
One
really,
of the Steven Spielberg, I believe.
When only the best will do.
Shot that, yes.
And he was going to be there, and all the stars were there, and I arrived late, so obviously everybody was inside. So I ran down the carpet, and
the red carpet.
Yes, and this child kind of ran and bumped into me and kept running, and I didn't think anything of it as I kept moving. And then this great big security guard comes up and he says, "Step back from Mr. Cruz." Well, I would no sooner have thought it was Tom Cruise than Flight of the Moon. I literally thought it was some kid who'd broken the barrier. Do you know what I mean? So I said, "What do you mean, Tom Cruise?" He said, "Just back off, Mr. Cruz. He's there." I'm like, that little could put him in my pocket.
To be fair, though, you're quite unreasonably tall, aren't you?
Oh,
and
I'm a
commanding.
substantial unit.
You look at it from Tom's perspective.
Oh,
from
God.
down there.
I tell you what.
And you're a woman tower.
He'd have to climb aboard. Do you know what I mean? I would spatchcock that poor thing. Do you know? I know. The thing was, I got so grumpy that they'd been telling me to back off. I was nowhere near him, and I got further up the red carpet, and the crew that worked on my television show were filming. And so oftentimes, when I'm in that position, there's people who edit all that material together, and so I like to send a little message down the camera to them.
Yeah, a bit of fun.
Just a little throwaway. So I went up to the camera, I'm like, who does Tom Cruise think he is? Tom Cruise is like that. Oh, Tom Cruise, big superstar. I got inside the cinema and they were playing it live. But I was just having fun.
I feel that we've only scraped the surface.
Oh, dull, this surface.
I haven't had to do this before.
What?
Is there anything else, my child?
I am the sort of person who lies on their resume.
Okay. What lies have you told on your resume, my child?
Well, I worked for Club Med many years ago, and I was up in Hokkaido in the North Island of Japan. Skoshi nihongo hanashimasu.
Gozaimashita.
Anyway, so they said, "Look, have you ever done any aerobics before?" So I said, "Yes, I have trained as an aerobics instructor," because it meant more money. And like, I was a pretty substantial unit. How they didn't guess that it wasn't true, it remains a mystery.
Well, you're very convincing.
Oh God,
you're a good liar. Yeah.
Talk the leg off a chair.
Really, what a surprise. I believe that your overconfidence has propelled you into situations and adventures that have enriched your life and now our lives. And you are a rare and exotic creature.
Well, come with me.
There is nothing else in the world like you. You're the one and only Lady Julia Morris. You're extraordinary. We can't put you in a room. Well, the joy would leave our lives. No, you're out here with the rest of us. Because Lady Julia Morris, I don't know if you feel it.
I've never seen a room of such beautiful people.
We are you are us. You make our lives better. We can't put you in a room